Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Olight Arkfeld Ultra Everyday Carry Flashlight. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So let's get this open. So here we have the light. And there is a note here that says the product ships in lockout mode before first use. Press and hold the button about 1 second until the flashlight turns on, and the flashlight will be unlocked. Looks like it comes with a coin here. Oh, that's nice. It's a metal coin. So you can see that there. So it says Arkfeld Ultra made from aluminum. So this flashlight is made from a proprietary blend of aluminum. So it's stronger than traditional aluminum. We'll pull up on this. And we'll pull this part out. Here we have a thank you card. It has a readme talking about lockout mode. Here we have a user manual. Here's another guide, and this is the charger. So we have a magnetic charger with USB. Let's get the light out. And here we have the light. So the charger connects to the back there. So that will magnet onto the charger, like so. And that will plug into a USB charger. So here I have a USB charger. And we're charging it, and it's currently charging at 0.74 amps, so that can vary depending on the state of the charge of the flashlight, but it's about 3/4 of an amp. So I'm going to unplug that for now. I do want to charge this all the way up. Let's take a look at this. So this has 3 lights on it. It has a regular LED flashlight, it has a UV light, and it has a laser. So to select between the 3, you can turn this little lever, and then it has a button in the middle to turn it on. It has the magnet in the back, so that's for the charger, but you can also magnet it to things. Now it has a 2-way clip here, so you can clip on this side or this side. Now on the side it has this texture. It's kind of hard to see, but it has a lot of grip, so it feels real nice. This fits in the hand nicely. So to turn it on, we'll hold down the middle button, and it looks like it turned on the laser. So I can switch between the modes. There's UV, and this is the light. So this is the 1 lumen mode. Press again to turn it off. So I'll plug this back in to charge it. I'll let that get charging. Let's take a look at the user manual. So I'm not going to cover everything in here, but we'll take a quick look. So we have a table here showing the different modes. So we have Moonlight, Low, Medium, High, and Turbo, and the lumens are 15, 100, 420, and 1400. Now the runtime on 1 lumen mode is 11 days, so it's a very long runtime, so that would make it perfect for using it as a night light. Say if you're going to a hotel and there's no night light in the bathroom, you could turn this on the moonlight mode and it would last for many, many nights. And on the low mode you have 55 hours, so that would even work well for a night light for, say, a weekend. Medium mode is 9 hours 45 minutes. On high mode we have 135 minutes, and then it drops to 24% for 12 minutes. So if you're using it on that high mode, it's not just going to shut off, it will drop it down, then you'll have some extra runtime. So it won't leave you completely in the dark right away. The turbo mode is going to run for 4 minutes, then it's going to drop down to 30% and give you 121 minutes. So that turbo mode is going to give you really bright light for a shorter amount of time. So we have some other specs here. This is IPX7 waterproof rated, so it has very good waterproof rating on it. Of course, this contains a laser and a UV light. Charge time is about 2.5 hours, so it's kind of hard to see, but on this, when it's charging, this is going to be red and it will turn green when it's done charging. It's very bright in here. So to use this, you turn to the left for UV, middle is laser, the right is the white light. You press the middle button to turn it on or off. Now when you're on the laser or the UV light, that's going to just turn it on or off. With the regular light, if you press and hold, you're going to go into that moonlight mode, which is the 1 lumen. If you triple press it, it will go into turbo mode. If you double press it, it will go into strobe. Now if you hold down on it, it will cycle between the different brightnesses. So if you're on moonlight or turbo, it will go to low, medium, and then high. Now if you want to go back to moonlight or turbo, you need to use the procedures over here. It has a timed shutdown. It says double press and hold. If it blinks once, it will stay on for 3 minutes, blinks twice for 9 minutes. In laser mode, you can press the button to turn it on or off. If you double press it, it will turn on the laser and the light. Looks like you can double press again to turn off the white light. And then when the white light is on, you can change the dimness. And it talks about turning UV mode on. And then it has a battery indicator with 4 lights, and each one is 25%. So I'm going to let this finish charging up, and then we'll test it out. Okay, so I finished charging this, and I have the camera about 4 feet from the wall, and I have the flashlight around 4 feet from the wall, so we can take a look at the patterns on this. I am going to do some other tests, but first I'll switch it over to UV. I'll press the button to turn it on. So here you can see that kind of purple glow, And there really isn't anything here that's phosphorescent, so we're not seeing a big glow. But I'll do a better demonstration of that in a bit. So next, let's turn the laser on. So this is a very bright laser light. It's not really coming through on camera as bright as it is in person. And then next we'll show the light. So this is on the low mode. Let me just press the button to turn it off. I'll hold down the button and we'll turn it on. And this is the moon mode, so that's on. And this is off. So we can see a little bit of brightness there. So now I'll press the button. So now I'll hold it down and we can have the different modes. So here we have low, medium, and high. Now if we triple click, we have turbo. So that's very bright. I'm going to move this closer to the wall so you can see the pattern a little better. So you can see we have a brighter spot in the middle, and then it kind of fades out, and we have kind of a large halo around it. So you kind of have some of the attributes of a floodlight and a spotlight. Now if I double click, we're going to get the strobe, so I'll have flashing lights here. And if I triple click, we'll have turbo. Now that's very bright. Okay, so I'm here at the end of my driveway, and I'm about 50 foot from the garage doors. So I'll turn this on, and I'll turn it on low. So this is the moon mode, and you're not going to see this at 50 foot. But let me turn it on the low mode now. So here we're on low mode. Let's go to medium, and then let's go to high. So high here we can see this at 50 foot away. Now this is a very even light. Now let's triple click. And here we're on the turbo mode. So now this is very bright. So as I shine it towards the drive, you can see it's kind of a bright spotlight, and then it has the dimmer light towards the edges. So now I'll switch to the laser. I don't know if this is coming through on the camera. I think it is a little bit. You can see the laser at 50 foot, and it easily reaches that. It's very bright at 50 foot. Let's go back to the regular light, and I'll double click here. And here we have that strobe. Now here I'm shining it down at a car tire. This is on the 1 lumen mode, and I do have a little bit of ambient light here on the side. I'll hold this down, and here we have low, medium, high, and then turbo mode. So if I was changing a flat tire, I'd probably turn it to the low mode. That's plenty of light for most things, but if you dropped a lug nut, you might want to turn it up a little bit so you could search around for it. Okay, so here I am at my engine bay, and this is the power steering fluid reservoir, and you can see these tubes here, and I've had a leak, and I wasn't sure where it's coming from, so I put a UV dye in here. So I'll switch this to the UV light, and if you see here, there's a glow on this hose, so we can tell it's leaking from this point. So that's one nice use of a UV light. You can use it with leak detectors, and this is an oil-based leak detector. You can get them for free on too. And I could just see a bunch of wetness there, but because of this dye, I can tell exactly where it's coming from. Now I don't know if the reservoir is broke or if it's the tube or if it's the hose, but I could take that off and see if there's dye within the crack or something. Now in the UV mode, you can also use this to charge up glow-in-the-dark items. So I have some glow-in-the-dark filament here. You can see it's kind of glowing from the ambient light, for the overhead light. So I'll turn on the UV light, and you can see we can charge this up with the UV. So that's the Olight Arkfeld Ultra Everyday Carry Flashlight. With a regular light, laser, and UV light, this is super versatile. So I showed the UV, you can use it for different dyes and applications. The laser you could use for pointing at things. You could also use that to, say, play with a cat, because cats like to chase lasers. And then of course you have the general flashlight. So this could be good for work applications or for camping. If you're a hike leader, you could use this to point things out in the woods. Now since this has such a nice build quality, I think this could also make a great gift. It could make a good Father's Day or Mother's Day gift, or a good graduation gift, or maybe an incentive for an employer, because it's just very premium quality with the Olight aluminum and then the glass lens on the front. I like that it has the convenient magnetic charging, so you can have this charging, you can grab it and just pop that magnet off and go with it. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.